Alien officer spilled scalding liquid on a human engineer, but soon found himself pleading for mercy. The metallic hum of the orbital station Epsilon 9 filled the hangar like a low growl. Massive cargo shuttles floated in magnetic docks, their hulls covered in scorch marks and plasma scoring from years of service. The scent of lubricants, ozone, and heated metal mingled in the air. For the human stationed there, it was the smell of home. Rex Dalton, the senior human mechanic on deck, stood hunched over the cracked fuselage of a Vorlian diplomatic cruiser. His arms were elbow-deep in conduits, sparks flickering as his plasma cutter sliced through a damaged coupling. Sweat streaked his temples despite the cooling vents blowing from above. He muttered under his breath, "If these aliens knew how to build engines that didn't leak antimatter every third cycle, I'd have a vacation by now." Behind him came a distinct clicking sound, not from a tool, but from a throat. The Vorlians had arrived. Rex turned, wiping grime from his hands onto his jumpsuit. Standing there was Officer Kael, a Vorlian diplomat with deep crimson scales and four-jointed arms folded neatly across his chest. His eyes, vertical slits of molten amber, scanned Rex with a mixture of disdain and curiosity. A steaming cup of dark, viscous brew sat in one of his clawed hands. "You are the human mechanic, yes?" Trath's translator emitted a sharp tone, turning his guttural clicks into English. "I've been told your kind can fix anything." "I doubt that." Rex smirked, leaning against the hull. "We do our best. Ship's been through a plasma storm, yeah? Half your conduits are fried. Give me a few hours, and she'll hum again." Trath stepped closer, his tail flicking irritably. "A few hours? The Varl Dominion does not wait. You will finish in one." Rex raised an eyebrow. "In 1 hour, your ship will hum all right before it explodes. Unless you want me to rush and turn you into stardust." The Vorlian's nostrils flared, a faint hiss escaping. "You speak with insolence, human. I speak with experience." Rex turned back toward the open engine core, unwilling to entertain another ego-fueled lecture. But Trath wasn't used to being dismissed. Among the Vorlians, subordinates didn't talk back, and no one, especially not a primitive mammal, ignored a direct command. As Rex crouched to reach deeper into the fusion chamber, a sudden splash of heat seared his cheek. He jerked back with a yelp. Boiling Vorlian brew dripped down his face, scalding his skin. The burning smell was immediate. Trath stood over him, cup now half empty. "Perhaps this will encourage haste," he said coldly. The hangar went dead silent. The human crew nearby froze. Rex, breathing hard, slowly rose to his feet. His right cheek was red and blistered, but his eyes burned hotter. "You just made the biggest mistake of your life," he said quietly. The Vorlian tilted his head, unbothered. "You would threaten a diplomat?" "No." Rex grabbed a rag and wiped the boiling sludge from his face. "I don't need to." Part 2. The Engineer's Lesson. 2 hours later, the ship was repaired. Or so Rex told him. Trath strutted aboard his cruiser, claws tapping rhythmically on the deck plates. "Finally. I will report your efficiency to command, though your manners require correction." Rex didn't respond. He simply gave a curt nod, then turned away as the Vorlian crew powered up the engines. The ship lifted from its dock with a low thrum. But something was off. Inside the engine chamber, a faint pulse began to echo, once every 5 seconds. A delay, a reroute, a loop. Trath felt it first, a subtle vibration under his feet. "What is that?" he barked. His second officer checked the readings. "Sir, the stabilizers are fluctuating. The containment field is." The ship shuddered. Lights flickered, alarms blaring. Rex watched from the hangar window, expression unreadable. His work had been flawless, except for one deliberate modification. A safety feedback loop tied directly to the ship's gravity stabilizer. Trathas's ship began to spin in place, gravity fields turning chaotic, slamming crew against walls and ceilings. Objects floated, then crashed violently as the artificial gravity inverted again and again. In less than 30 seconds, the proud Vorlian officer was on the floor of his own command deck, pinned beneath his chair as the world around him turned upside down. Meanwhile, Rex's communicator buzzed. Chief? Came the voice of Lena, one of the junior mechanics. That Vorlian ship's having a meltdown. Containment breach? Rex asked calmly. Negative. Just gravity cycling like a blender. Rex smiled faintly. Good. Give it 3 minutes. Then patch me through. Lena hesitated. You sure that's? Now, Lena. Moments later, a channel opened. Trathas's image appeared on screen. Upside down, disheveled, eyes wide with panic. Human, he hissed. What have you done? My ship is in chaos. Fix it at once. Rex leaned closer to the console. His tone was calm, deliberate. That's called a gravity inversion loop. Nasty little side effect when someone interrupts a mechanic mid-calibration with, say, a face full of boiling tar coffee. Trathas's throat swelled, the Vorlian equivalent of blushing. You dare sabotage a Dominion vessel? This is an act of war. No, Rex said softly. It's a lesson. You threw hot liquid in my face because you thought humans were beneath you. You forgot that respect isn't given, it's earned. The ship jolted again, sending the alien officer crashing into the wall. He let out a guttural cry. Rex continued, voice low and steady. Now you're going to beg. Not because I want revenge, but because you'll finally understand how it feels to be powerless. Trathas's breathing grew ragged. End it, he growled, but it sounded more like a plea. Please end it. Rex waited, then pressed a single button. The ship stilled. Gravity normalized. The alien collapsed to his knees, trembling. Next time, Rex said, you ask for help. You don't demand it. Part 3. Consequences. Hours later, the Vorlian ship sat dormant in Dock 12 under technical review. The diplomatic incident had been quietly reported to the Interstellar Authority, but not publicly. Both sides wanted to avoid a scandal. Rex sat in the med bay, a bandage across his cheek. His face still stung, but he couldn't help smirking when Lena approached. You really looped a Vorlian ship's gravity field? She asked, eyes wide. Just a minor calibration issue, he said innocently. Could happen to anyone. She snorted. He begged, didn't he? Like a politician during election season. Their laughter was cut short as the door slid open. Kael entered, flanked by 2 Vorlian guards. His scales were duller now, his once proud posture subdued. Mechanic Dalton, he said, voice steady but low. I have come to speak. Rex rose slowly. If you're here to press charges. Trath raised a clawed hand. No. I came to apologize. The room fell silent. Even Lena's jaw dropped. Trathas's translator flickered as he spoke again. Among my people, power and status define our worth. But today, I learned another truth, that mastery of one's craft can command even greater power. I disrespected that.